Welcome to Zhuzhou for the last race of this penultimate race weekend at the 2021 Porsche Carrera Cup Asia, presented by AximTrade. So yesterday we had 2 rounds of really thrilling battles which produced 2 different winners. So James Kuai from Team Star Chase and Cui Yue from Team Porsche Holding. Let's take a look at the grid today. So starting from pole position for the overall class, the grid is very similar to yesterday's 2 races. It will be James Kuai starting alongside Daniel Liu in on the front row. As for the Pro-Am class, it will be Team Shanghai Yongda's Bao Jinlong who will be starting first, and he's also currently the class leader. As for the AM class, the pole sitter is Eric Kwong from Triple Ace Racing, and he's also the double race winner of yesterday. 各位观众朋友，大家好，欢迎回到我们的株洲国际赛道。那么这里呢，也是我们2021赛季由 AximTrade 呈现的亚洲保时捷卡雷拉杯的第12回合的比赛现场。那么在昨天的2回合比赛呢中呢，我们是有2个不同的冠军，然后一个是追星车队的愉快，然后另外一位呢就是我们保时捷控股车队的崔悦。那么在今天的比赛中呢，我们的第一排发车的这个2位选手呢，也和昨天非常的相似，然后是小将愉快，然后还有就是捷程车队的陆文龙。那么在我们的 Pro-Am 组别呢，现在即将以杆位发车的呢是高金龙，他来自上海永达车队，那他现在也在我们的Pro-Am 组积分榜上是排在第1的位置。那么我们的业余组 M 组的杆位车手呢，则是来自 Triple Ace Racing 的 Eric Kwong， Henry Kwong。Henry Kwong 的话，在昨天的2回合的比赛中呢，也是拿到了双料冠军。那么我们的比赛马上就要开始了，在此之前呢，我们先回顾一下我们第11回合的精彩瞬间。
Well, once again, it is a beautiful day here at Zhuzhou. Hello, everybody. I'm John Hindorf, delighted to be with you again to take you through the third of the 3 races this weekend. Cars coming round onto the grid under bright sunshine. It's 17 degrees in the air, 24 on the track, and still relatively humid at 70%. You know, we often talk about the extreme heat causing problems for tyres. Well, today, with it being a little chillier, the technical delegate and the Michelin tyre representatives have got their heads together, and we've added a second formation lap because it's a little bit chillier than we were expecting. But the distance will remain at 17 laps of 30 minutes. That gives us a race distance of 64 kilometres, or if you prefer, around about 40 miles. Right, let's head down to the front of the grid, and Andrea with Alex Gibault.
We are back on the grid for round 12. And here I am joined by the Managing Director of Porsche Motorsport Asia Pacific, Mr. Alexander Gibo. Well, Alex, I hope you're well. So as this championship, the 2021 season is drawing to a close soon, we have so much to look forward to the 2022 season. So what can you share with us about the 2022?
Well, 2022 is, of course, it's tomorrow, but I think we'll have more details next week. Next week it's going to be a very, very special event for Porsche in China. We will have the Sports Cup China, the Porsche Carrera Cup Asia season finale, the 20 years of Porsche also in China celebration, and we will have our traditional press conference on Friday morning on the 29th of October, and we will be in a position to reveal the calendar for next year, and we are very much looking forward for 2022 season, and also I think all over the weekend we'll have some great announcement to do. Yeah.
Well, you're definitely keeping all the cards close to your chest, but hopefully we don't have to wait too long because the excitement is absolutely building. So the Shanghai finale, like you said, is just right around the corner. It's just next weekend. So can you share with us a little bit more about the championship then?
Yeah, for us the season finale it's always a big event. It's a big Porsche week. We have already our colleagues from the Porsche Track Experience running the track experience on the Shanghai International Circuit, and as I said, it's going to be a multiple event over the weekend. Some big surprise, something that I think we have never seen before on the racetrack or next to the racetrack. So yeah, we keep some surprise. We keep the excitement high, and after the season finale, we will also have Macau GP also to look forward. So a lot of things are going on at the moment, a lot of excitement, and yeah, we hope to share this with the maximum number of people on the live or also at the racetrack.
Plenty of excitement ahead. Back to you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we head to that triple header at Shanghai next weekend with the championship poised beautifully as we come into today's race. After today's race, there'll be just over 80 points still to go, and as it stands right now in the overall, Daniel Lu Wenlong in the Jebsen number 20 has a 4-point lead over Toyue in second place. Yu Kuai is only another 28 points further back. In Pro Am, Bao Xinlong, 2 race wins yesterday, leads from Zhou Bihuan and Min Hong in third position. And in Pro Am, the headline there, the lead is down to 32 between Eric and Henry Kwong after another victory for Eric yesterday, another couple of race victories yesterday for Eric. Beautifully poised, and in the dealer championship, by the way, very prestigious that. Jebsen lead Porsche Holding by 4, and Star Chase are only 28 points off the lead. Let's take some more atmosphere now.
这个周末的话，其实多多少少有一些不顺的地方啊，但是我们还有今天这一回合比赛，是不是希望有一个很好的成绩呢？
是，就从练习开始就有一些小的事故发生，然后排位其实排出了不错的成绩，但是在正赛的时候也一直在小小的碰撞中结束。所以说今天最后一个回合在株洲的话，还是希望能把自己的水平发挥出来，然后这个 out of trouble 吧，然后争取能拿到好成绩。
好，那祝你好运。So Li Chao just told me that he had a bit of a bumpy start to this weekend, had a problem like, during free practice and little bumps and touches like during the race, but hopefully he can keep his performance like this for this race and then do his best to get a good result. So best of luck to Li Chao, and back to you guys.
Li Chao looking to get a good start and move forward from his spot on the grid. And he sits in 12th position in the number 9 Porsche Beijing Central and Golden Port car. Just asking the team members to leave the grid now. The drivers in the cars being left with their thoughts. Now let's head down to Jeffrey Z in the number 69 Porsche.
那 Jeffrey 在昨天的话，在比赛中的话也是登上了颁奖台，是不是今天希望能够有更好的成绩拿到冠军呢？在组别中。
还是希望保持自己的一个进度吧。然后每天的比赛的这个路况都会不一样，所以要慢慢适应。然后希望是尽快可以上到自己想做的一个这样子一个感觉吧，就可以了。
好，那祝您好运。So Jeffrey just told me that he doesn't want to sort of like push too hard for you, but he wants to sort of keep his own pace. And then every day the track conditions is different, so hopefully he can just like show off his best performance and then get a good results for him today.
Jeffrey not scoring points in the championship, racing for Shanghai Pudong Racing, sitting in 16th position, and again we'll look to go forward from there to tricky first couple of corners here at Zhuzhou. Opportunity to make up some positions should any incident befall drivers ahead. Very tight in the championship, a non-finish here could be disastrous. 3 minutes board up at the front of the grid. If you're just joining us, wherever you are around the world, nice to have your company. It's John Hindhoff, Andrea and the rest of the team bringing you the 2021 Porsche Carrera Cup Asia presented by AximTrade in the relative early morning, coming up to 10:30 at Zhuzhou. Now let's go to the front of the grid and championship protagonists.
崔悦他昨天的比赛中呢也是获得了胜利，现在在我们的积分榜上的话，离前面的车手已经有4分的差距，是不是希望在今天的比赛中能够乘胜追击啊？
那当然，比赛我觉得找机会一定会超越前车吧，我觉得。
好，那祝你好运。So Toya won yesterday's race and is very close in the championship fight. So he's hoping to keep up the momentum and maybe hopefully for a win today.
Toya from 4th on the grid made a rocket start twice yesterday. 4 points away from the championship leader Daniel Liu Wenlong in the blue and white number 20 Team Jebsen car, who is right ahead of him on the grid. Pole position, Team Star Chase, number 99, the orange Porsche, driven by Yu Kuai. So, we've spoken to second place in the championship. Here's the championship leader.
Daniel, our championship points leader at the moment. What are you going to hope for today?
Same thing as yesterday, just clean, consistent racing. Try to go for the win, but if not, just bag the points and bring the car home.
All right, best of luck.
1 minute board is up. Grid is being cleared. Daniel Liu Wenlong then on the outside of the front row. Yu Kuai, 3rd place in the championship. Give you the full grid in a moment, but first let's remind you of this circuit. 14 corners. Liu Ye bagged the lap record yesterday with a 37.405, just on 3.7 kilometres, around 2.3 miles if you prefer. Some good opportunities for overtaking into some of the slower corners. Really important to get a good exit speed out of turn 2. And some very tricky downhill braking areas. Turn 10 was a real action area yesterday, with drivers having to moderate their braking so that they didn't lock up the front Michelin tyres. Now we are going to have 2 formation laps. It's still pretty chilly, even though it is 10:30 in the morning here at Zhuzhou. So it gives us a little longer time to look at the grid. The flat sixes cracking the still morning air in beautiful surroundings here. So here's how they will line up for round 12 of the Porsche Carrera Cup Asia 2021, presented by AximTrade. It's Yu Kuai from Team Star Chase on pole position. So championship contenders right at the front. Yu Kuai, Team Star Chase on pole from Daniel Liu Wenlong, Team Jebsen in second. Second row, Leo Ye, the fast starting Leo Ye from BT Group. That car was super quick, the black checkerboard coloured car, silver and black. Then Toyue second in the championship by just 4 points for Porsche holding the 86. Then Lincoln Meidong Racing. Max Weiser from Toro Racing on row 3. Row 4, Bao Jinlong, who leads the Pro-Am Championship for Team Shanghai Honda. He's got Nathan Liu Wenhu for Team Porsche China for company. Row 5, Zhou Bian for Meidong Racing. Another one of the leading contenders in Pro-Am with Min Heng. That's second and third in that part of the championship on row 5. But Bianye, new colours for Bianye in the Absolute Racing number 3 car. That is a, I'm going to call it satin blue. It's really lovely colour. Very little sign rating on that car as well. He's alongside Li Chao in 12th position in the number 9 car. Then it's the pole sitter in the AM category, Henry Kwong for Triple Ace Racing, ahead of championship leader Eric Kwong from Kiddie World Racing, the multicoloured number 23 car. And that lead in the championship pulled way down now to just 32 points. Then it's Li Jia for Silver Rocket in the 828, Jeffrey Z for Shanghai Pudong, and Yuan Bo at the back for Ivory Gray Capital. We're looking for a little better look, has had none this weekend. Here's your headlines then. That AM lead down to 32 points between Eric and Henry Kwong. 45 points the lead in Pro-Am for Bao Jinlong, and the top 3 overall separated by just 28 points in the championship. Top 2 separated by only 4 points. And after this weekend, 81 points after today, still to be won at the season finale next weekend at Shanghai. Have one race on the 30th, and then the 2 final races, rounds 14 and 15, on the 31st of October. And of course, we'll have it for you here live. And we will be crowning 3 champions in drivers and the dealer trophy as well, which at the moment is advantage Team Jebsen by just a slender 4-point margin to Porsche Holdings in second. Team Star Chase 28 points off the lead in third position. So those are your race headlines. That's what we're looking for today on this twisty, technical 2.3 mile, 3.7 kilometre circuit. Difficult but not impossible to pass. The drivers on their best behaviour in the last couple of days, but now at the end of a weekend, will that continue? So the yellow flag's waving as the cars come onto the grid. Waiting for the last couple of drivers, Jeffrey Z and Yuan Bo at the back of the grid. Yan Ye just pulling in. Just waiting for the AM class to come through. Waiting now for the green flag. Looks like everyone's in position. The Porsche chase car sitting at the back of the grid. That's the green flag. Lights are out. We're racing in the final round of the weekend. Round 12 here at Zhuzhou 2021 Porsche Carrera Cup Asia, presented by AximTrade, and a super start from the pole sitter. There's problems behind already, so Liu coming through into second position, so that's great news for him after a tricky start yesterday. And it's Daniel, oh dear me, the 911's gone around. It's Nathan Liu Wenhu who's gone around, and that's, I think that's suspension damage. Meantime, Team Jebsen car under pressure for second position, goes long, no make that third, no make that fourth. Oh, championship leaders made a huge mistake, and this could be very costly indeed for our championship leader. He's dropping down. I think Daniel Liu went long for that number 20 car, just locked up, just nipped the front Michelin on the right-hand side in one of those tricky downhill braking areas that we've talked about. Safety car is being deployed. So all three races here at Zhuzhou this weekend have had an early safety car intervention. Now the good news is that Nathan Liu Wenhu is out of his Porsche. He's looking rather forlornly at the right rear. James Yu Kwai then, with a great start from pole position, leads. Coming through in second, number 22, Liu Ye, another one of his rocket starts. Third's going to be Toi Yue, second in the championship. Then Max Fieser, then the Team Jebsen car. Fifth position, Bajin Long leads Pro-Am in sixth. No, my apologies, that's not Toi Yue, that's Ling Kong in third position. Toi Yue is down in seventh, so both first and second in the championship shuffled down the pack. So championship leader now in fifth, championship second in seventh. This could be a big point swing here for Yu Kwai. He's only 28 points off the lead, and he could be bringing some of those back here with 3 races still to go after this one, and they're all next weekend at Shanghai. Championship in the balance, safety car out. Eric Kwong leads in the AM category, so that's a change. That is our championship leader. He's got back to the front and ahead of Henry in the Triple Ace racing car. He's managed to put Yuan Bo between them. Actually, that's a really good start from Yuan Bo, because I've got a feeling he started right at the back in 17th position, so he's picked his way through some of the carnage. And a rather disconsolate Nathan Liu Wenhu is walking back to the pits. Let's see if we can work out what happened in the midfield. The leader's got away well. The Team Jebsen car goes wide, and then there's contact between the 2 GT silver cars, which has caused the damage to Nathan Liu Wenhu's car. Oh, it's a big contact as well. I think that was Li Jia in the 28, was it? Who ran up the inside and spun around the luckless 911. And that will be being looked at by race control. Might have been Jeffrey Z. Just misjudging his braking into the first corner. One of the GT Silver on the dark grey car. I think it was Jeffrey actually in the Shanghai Pudong. Number 69. Yeah, he's got the fastest lap last time around because he was catching up. I would suggest that's evidence enough. So 17 laps or 30 minutes. Experience here at Zhuzhou tells us that even with the intervention of the Porsche safety car, there will be enough time to get the full distance in. Bad news for everybody is, after the 2 formation laps and getting the extra heat and pressure into the Michelin tyres, behind the safety car, and they lose everything that's gone into them, all the energy. So disappointing for Nathan Liu Wenhu, for Team Porsche China. Absolutely not his problem, certainly not his fault. Turned in for turn 1, and there's a Porsche up his inside, clattering into the right rear, spinning him round and breaking the right rear suspension. So, safety car light still on, will come round across the start-finish line now. Yu Kuai, Liu Ye got a cracking start from the inside of row 2. Daniel Liu Wenlong really not helping his championship challenge. Went off and wide at the first corner, and then heading down the hill to turn 9, turn 10, excuse me, locked up the front wheel. No, it was turn 8, excuse me, it was the right-hander, wasn't it? And that lost him another position. So it's Yu Kuai, Liu Ye, Ling Hong, Max Visa, then our championship leader Daniel Liu Wenlong, then Bao Jinlong, who is in the Pro-Am lead, then Toi Yue for Porsche Holding. It's your top 7, top 10 made up by Toro Racing's Min Hong. And the 66, Bian Yin, that new livery this weekend for Absolute, the number 3. Almost matte satin blue. And she'll be one in 10th position for Meidong Racing. Safety car lights are out. We're going back to racing this time around. Strap yourselves in, everybody. This one could get very tasty indeed. All 3 championships on the line. 3 races to go after this one, and quite clearly, some drivers feeling they have an opportunity to get some momentum before we go to the triple header at Shanghai next weekend, which will decide the championship. And additional races, of course, additional race weekend to come after that non-championship event at the Macau Grand Prix. First time that the Porsche Carrera Cup Asia has been there since 2013. That's in the future, but right here and now, Yu Kuai goes early, as he did yesterday off the safety car, and builds a decent gap back to the BT group, number 22, Liu Ye in second. So the top 7, with Toi Yue flashing his headlights in the black, white, silver and red car. Second in the championship for Toi Yue, in 7th position. And he can probably see Daniel Liu Wenlong, the championship leader, just in front of him. He's got Bao Jinlong, the Pro-Am leader, right in front. Goes down the inside. That's a really impressive manoeuvre down at the bottom of the hill at turn 3. And straight on for one of the Toro Racing cars. That must have been the 66 of Min Hong. Yes, it is. Min gets back on the track, but not before he's lost a couple of positions. Bian Ye went through, and Zhou won as well. So that's the lead in Pro-Am, has just changed there. Check that, that is the 2nd place that has changed. Min now dropped down to 4th in Pro-Am. Bao Jinlong, of course, up in the top 6, battling with the pro drivers. So now championship 1st and 2nd are 5th and 6th. The white and blue Jebsen car, as they crest the hill and drop down again into the braking area at turn 11. And right behind him in his wheel tracks is Toi Yue, Tell you where for Porsche Holdings then. That's the championship battle. But the leader has already started another lap. Down to turn one, and Daniel makes up a position. Daniel Liu went long for Team Jebsen, now up to fourth. Max Weiser not scoring points in the championship for himself, but Toro Racing are registered in the dealer championship, but didn't fight too hard there, very respectful of the championship leader as the Jebsen team car, number 20, came through. So now Toyu Wei, will he get the same kind of respect shown as our championship leader is recovering through the field? Top three with just a wee bit of a gap. Lincoln in third, Leo Yen second for BT Group. Another big lock up for Visa this time. Right front Michelin being tortured on the run down the hill to turn number 11. It's a decent lead at the moment in the context of Porsche Carrera Cup Asia, presented by AximTrade. I won't say that it's breathing room, but it's something close to it, maybe, if not a full breath, just a sharp intake. 1:38.2, the best lap last time around for you, Kwai, but that's just been beaten. 1:37.8 for Leo Ye, who holds the lap record here. 1:37.405 was the mark set yesterday. It's the first race weekend for Porsche Carrera Cup Asia at Zhuzhou. Yan Ye, further down the field, just battling in the Pro-Am category. May have to give up the position here. Zhou Wong recovering down the hill to turn three, gets to the inside, textbook manoeuvre. So that was second place in Pro-Am, just changing over there. Maginot, who is now in seventh position, is the next car ahead of Zhou Wong. Top three in the championship in Pro-Am, the first, second and third on both podia yesterday. Bao from Zhou, from Piaget in both of the races yesterday. Zhou Wong has some work to do if that is going to be the same result today. A second and a half or so to catch up. Yanye, silver and checkerboard car. Excuse me, Leo Ye in the silver and checkerboard car in second position. Just lost touch for the moment with the leader. Dropped back to just over a second. I think that 1.5 seconds as they've crossed the line. Then Lincoln for Meidong Racing. Championship leader's gone through. Daniel Liu went long. Looks like there's been a bit of damage to the left front wing of Bianier's car. Not quite all wrapped as it was when we saw it yesterday. Good dive down the inside. Ivory Bay Capital driving Yuan Bo, who started right at the back, moving up to 9th position. That's a couple of positions in 2 laps. Made that 3 positions in 2 laps. Also in there is Min Heng, who is recovering from his own off-track exertions in the number 6 Toro car with the red stripe at the bottom of the doors. If Bianier in the absolute number 3 car with that silver front wing and front spoiler on the otherwise satin blue car, if he's had a problem, or he's experiencing some kinds of issues because he's not got the pace that he showed earlier on in the race. Leader crosses the line, half distance or thereabouts. Quiet for Team Star Chase. That's another absolute run car. Ingo Matter's team very much on home ground when we go to the final round at Shanghai. They've got a superb facility there. They'll be able to wheel the cars round from their race shop to the pit lane. Won't need the transporters there. Leo Yin second, then Kong Nedong Racing in third position. Then Daniel Liu Wenlong, championship points leader by a scant 4 points coming into this race. It's ebbed and flowed this weekend. Daniel was leading by 3 when we got here. Stretched that with a second to Toyue's 4th in the first race. That was turned around in race 2 yesterday, and now it's back to 4 points before the start of this race. Massimiliano Weiser, Max for Toro Racing, in a rather lonely 7th position at the moment. Behind him in 8th, leader in Pro Am, Shobian. Very distinctive Team Shanghai Yonder colours, the chrome red and blue with the white car. Excuse me, that's Bao Xinlong, and Zhou Biwan is right behind him in the Mindong Racing car, fighting his way back through the silver and blue car. So that's championship second, leading championship leader in Pro Am in those positions. Bao Xinlong for Team Shanghai Yonder in second. It's normality returns after a couple of, by his own high standards, off races for Eric Kwong in the Kiddie World Racing Championship leading AM car. Got Henry Kwong behind him. Over 50 points his lead. And when he came in this weekend, before this race, that had been cut to 32. Excellent run of form by Henry Kwong in the Triple Ace racing car. Won both the races yesterday. It's five race wins out of 6 for Henry. Let's pick up the battle for second place, which is rapidly becoming a 3-car scrap between Liu Ye, BD Group, the silver and black car. Ling Kong, Nedong Racing. Another base colour of GT silver, but with the blue flashes. They cross the line, and then the white and blue Jebsen car. Number 20 is our championship leader. Daniel Liu Wenlong then, in an unfamiliar setting for him, sitting down in 4th position and not on the podium. He's had an extraordinary year, and particularly in the last few races has hit a rich vein of form, really starting at the triple header at Ningbo in September. 2 wins and a second there, 2 fastest laps. Second race of the second weekend in Ningbo for Daniel wasn't so good. Won the first one with the fastest lap. And then yesterday, a couple of second places here at Zhuzhou. That's championship winning form, isn't it? And another mistake. I think that was the same place that he locked up on lap 1. May have flat spotted that Michelin tyre now. He's going to have to be very careful. Yeah, the left front is dragging now. He's off. Championship leader's off. Huge news for the championship. He somehow holds on to it after a grassy moment with the right-hand side Michelin's going rally crossing. That is huge news for the championship, and he's going to have to really baby that tyre home. The flat part of the tyre that he's scrubbed away every time he brakes, that's going to get caught on the ground, and the danger there is that he could push that through and cause the tyre to fail. That will be wearing that tyre. And now he's under pressure from second in the championship. Toyue, right there, sees the wounded Jebsen car ahead. He knows he's got to strike and try and make back some of those points. He's only 4 points behind. Championship first and second. The headlamps on flat for Toyue in the 86 car. This is big for the overall championship, big for the dealer championship as well. Jebsen ahead of Porsche Holding by just 4 points. Team Star Chase leading the race, of course, with Yu Kuai 28 points in arrears at the start of this race. This is a big turnaround in the 12th round of the season, the third this weekend at Zhuzhou. My goodness, get the calculators out here. Now it looks to me as though Daniel has managed to stabilise his driving style. He will have had to have changed his driving. He simply can't brake as hard as he wants to. Otherwise that left front Michelin is going to lock up on him. Be very careful. It will put extra stress on the tyre and extra wear on that portion of the tyre. So now it's going to be a very long run to the end of this race and a very worrying run for Daniel Liu Wenlong. Cannot afford a non-finish here. Can't afford to drop out with the points. Yu Kuai coming good and leading now by almost 3 seconds. The battle on the podium is for second and third between Liu Ye and Li Hong. Further down, Bajin, Long and Zhou are battling for the lead of Pro-Am. Second in the championship leads first in the championship. Down to turn 3 through the left-hander. Bajin Long trying to make up some points on the championship leader. Been in Porsche Carrera Cup Asia since 2014. I remember him in the Molly Bathurst 12 hours back in 2019. He finished second in the Class B competition. The line for the battle for second and third. There's no mistaking our leader in that bright orange. Absolute Racing run number 99, the Team Star Chase. Good for their dealer points as well. Those three now with a huge gap back to Daniel Liu Wenlong. 6 seconds between the battle for second and third and the fourth position. How aggressive does Toyue want to be in that 5th place car? At the moment, he's still remarkably losing ground to the championship lead. Oh, and he's dropped away. So where is Toyue? He was right on the tail of Daniel Liu Wenlong, but he seems to have dropped back a little bit. Look out for the white and blue Team Jebsen car. I don't think we'll catch a glimpse of it looking at this battle for second and third. Out of turn 2 and down the hill to turn number 3. Daniel comes out of turn 2, and I did not see Toyue certainly not as close to that distinctive white Porsche in 4th position. We'll get another time check as they go across the line. Yu Kuai holding his lead at about 3 seconds. But Toyue is there, but he's dropped back to about a second. So as that little mistake by the Porsche holding driver in the number 86. Mains time, best battle on the track is still for second and third. Headlights ablaze for a number of the drivers. Max Visa just put on his fastest lap of the race, the 37.799. 36.8, I think, is the fastest lap we've seen. 1:36.839. That is a new lap record for Yu Kuai, and a point for fastest lap, of course. And that is an average of 88 miles an hour around here. So far, so good for Team Star Chase and Yu Kuai. As we come into the last couple of laps. Still keeping an eye on our championship leader down in 4th position. And he's been caught again by Toy Yue. Well, Toy maybe has just cooled his Michelin tyres a little bit, and this will be the last push as we come towards the end of the 40 miles of this race. Both of these drivers wanting to maximise their points haul, so there will be, I think, some stout defence if there is a challenge. But by the same token, they've both got an awful lot to lose if they damage their car. At this stage of the season, not a lot of time to recover, and a non-finish in a championship that is so tight would be an absolute disaster. Further down the field, Van Bo and Min Heng battling together for 10th and 11th position overall. There's another lot right in front of them. That was Van Bo, was it? Oh no, that was, excuse me, that was Bao Jinlong. So Bao Jinlong has lost the lead, and Zhou Buan for Meidong Racing's gone through to the lead of Pro Am. Leaders are on their last lap. Everybody clocking fast laps at the moment as the racing fuel burns off, and Bao is off again. I think this is all down to flat spotting the tyres. So the 6 car, having lost the lead in Pro Am, drops down another position, I think, there. No problems at the front of the field. Just over 3 seconds the gap from Yu Kuai in that bright orange Team Star Chase car. Leo Ye once again making a rocket start, and there's a mistake for 3rd place car, Ling Hong for Meidong Racing, and that will be his opportunity for second gone. My goodness, I've not seen so many errors under braking. It is a bit cooler this morning, that's why we had the extra formation lap. Round 12, Porsche Carrera Cup Asia 2021, presented by AximTrade. And it's the absolute racing run Team Star Chase of 99. Yu Kuai, who wins it from BD Group, the number 22 of Leo Ye. Ling Hong holding on for Meidong Racing in 3rd. Championship leader Daniel Liu Wenlong will come through in 4th position. not the result he was looking for, but the best news for him is that Toyue for Porsche holding second place in the championship, Moore's behind him, so actually even with a fourth place finish he's going to stretch his championship lead a little bit. Then it was Max Wiese for Toro Racing. Zhou Biwan makes it a triple this weekend for Meidong Racing in Pro-Am, ahead of Mehong, who got through right at the end there into second place. My driver of the day, Yuan Bo, started at the back in the Ivory Grey Capital Porsche. He's had a horrible weekend, got bumped out of the first race yesterday and did very little laps in the second. Well, he's come through, Yuan Bo, from the back to 9th position. Bianye in 10th for Absolute Racing, and he'll take, I think he'll take 3rd. Yeah, he's going to take 3rd and be on the podium in the Pro-Am. In the Am category, Eric Kwong from Henry Kwong from Lijiang. So, a very similar look to a couple of the podiums, but nice to see some new faces. Confirming that in the Am category, Eric Kwong is back on winning form for Kiddie World Racing in the number 23 multicoloured Porsche. And that will stretch his championship lead back out again. We had it cut with just 32 points before the start of the race today. By Henry Kwong, excuse me, in the Triple Ace Racing car. Well, that's 2 in a row for Team Star Chase. And Yukwai takes the deserved congratulations from his team members. Kong, I don't think very happy. In 3rd position as the pit lane siren, lane warning beeper goes off. Lin Kong was looking at the front of his car, didn't seem too happy there, but he will stand on the podium for Meidong Racing. That is going to close the championship up even further. Started off today with just 28 points between them, and that's going to come down considerably. Fastest lap also to Yukwai, and a new lap record at a 1:36.839. That's half a second quicker than they went yesterday.
Yukwai, congratulations. This is just like a replica of race 1, where you just pulled away and then just go into the distance.
Yeah, I think I'm really happy that we got a good launch off the line, because the race 2 yesterday, the start wasn't good, which cost us a few positions. And I'm really happy that in race 3 today, we managed to get off the line quickly. And we knew that once we get off the line well, the rest is going to be good, because we had good pace. So I'm really happy for the team.
So yeah, yesterday afternoon, it didn't go as well as you planned, but 2 out of 3 over the Zhuzhou weekend. Are you happy with the results overall?
Yeah, I'm really happy. It's my best weekend PCC so far. So I'm really happy for the team, and also we brought a 1-2 back for Absolute Racing, which is just fantastic.
Well done, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, not 2 in a row for Yukwai. He's won the 1st and the 3rd race here this weekend, but he makes a good point. With the BD Group car, also run by Absolute. That is the 1-2 for Ingo Matner's team, and they are heading to their home circuit of Shanghai next weekend. 1 race on the 30th, and then the 2 final races, rounds 14 and 15, on October the 31st. We'll have them here for you live.
恭喜周碧黄是我们本回合绅士组的冠军，然后我们这个比赛周末的话也是第一个，然后跟我们讲一讲你现在的心情，还有我们这个比赛整个的过程吧。
非常开心拿到冠军，因为那个前2场都是第2嘛，然后感觉，如果都是第2完赛，稍微有点遗憾。当我发车，因为前面有事故，我躲避了一下它，然后我掉到了组别的最后。然后安全车回去，我就一个个超嘛，然后超到了包进了后面，跟了他大概5圈吧。因为我们2个速度都差不多，所以，我也只能等机会。然后他可能刹车有点极限抱死了，然后我就过去了，也觉得挺幸运、挺开心的。但是，希望下场好好比吧。
还有3场，所以祝你好运。So George just told me that he's very happy to take his first victory over here in the Zhuzhou weekend. So yeah, the last 2 races he got 2nd place, so he would have been a little bit annoyed with himself if he didn't get the win today. So during the start, there was an incident, so he dropped back a little bit to the back of the class, but he had to overtake one by one, got behind Bao Jinlong, and then followed him for about 5 laps and managed to overtake in the end. So yeah, he's very happy with the results, and hopefully the next 3 races he'll have an even better performance. Okay, thank you. 谢谢。
That does trim Bao Xinglong's lead in the AM category. She'll be one with that win this afternoon. Let's check. I think he got the fastest lap as well. That would be an extra lap. Let's go to the AM winner, Eric Kwon, back in winning
Eric,
ways.
congratulations, finally redemption for the weekend. You had during the starting incident, you had a bit of a hairy moment as well with the getting involved and stuff. Talk us through your race and the victory.
Yeah, at the beginning in T1, have a little incident, so I got hit, and then luckily there's nothing much damage, but I managed to drive as what it should be. So I kept my pace and try to finish the race as hard as I can. So yeah, there I am.
All right, brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So confirmation of the results. These are unofficial, of course, at this time. Just under 3 seconds, but a 1-2 for Absolute Racing. Their Team Star Chase driver Yu Kuai taking the victory from Liu Ye. That's 2 wins this weekend in the 1st and 3rd races for Yu Kuai. Liu Ye for BT Group with a rocket start, getting him into 2nd position. Never really looked back from there. Lin Kong for Meidong Racing, 3rd on the podium. Championship leader Daniel Liu went long down in 4th. That's a shocker for him, but 2nd in the championship, his main rival Toyue was behind him. So remarkably, even with a 4th place finish, he still extends his championship lead. Max Visa in 6th, and then in 7th, Shobi Wang wins the Pro-Am category from Ming Hung in 2nd place. And further down the standings, in 12th position, Kiddie World Racing, Eric Kwon wins the AM class. Well, what a weekend for the first visit of Porsche Carrera Cup Asia, presented by AximTrade to Zhuzhou. Has provided us with some excellent entertainment as we await the arrival of the podium presentations. Looking at the layout of the track, I wasn't sure how this place would race, but this short, quick-fire 2.3-mile circuit has really delivered with some, I think track designers call it mistake-inducing opportunities around the circuit, and complexes of corners, downhill braking areas, always difficult to get the brake pressure right. Carrera Cup Asia not using the ABS option that is available on the 992 Cup cars, so drivers having to work that out for themselves, and we did see quite a number of issues with drivers struggling to get the car slowed down at the bottom of those runs to the tighter corners, exactly as we thought the action areas would be. Been a good weekend for Absolute. 2 cars on the podium again today, and Team Star Chase closing in on Porsche holding for second place in the dealer championship. I reckon that championship battle now, both in the dealers and in the overall, is under 20 points, the gap, and 81 still to be won at the final race weekend, next weekend at Shanghai. New lap record as well for our third race winner here. Let's go to Andrea for the formalities.
We're now presenting the trophy for the overall class. Let's welcome, in third position, number 12 Lin Kang from Meidong Racing. In second position, Chase. The dealer trophy winner is Team Star Chase. Now we're glad to invite President of CAMP, Mr. Zhang Guojun, 中国汽车摩托车运动联合会主席张国军先生 to present the winner trophy. Now we're glad to invite President of CAMP, Mr. Zhang Guojun, 中国汽车摩托车运动联合会主席张国军先生 to present the dealer trophy. Now we're glad to invite Managing Director of Porsche Motorsport Asia Pacific, Mr. Alexander Giver, 保时捷亚太赛车运动董事总经理季伯安先生 to present the second place trophy. Now we're glad to invite Michelin China Championship Manager Mr. Charles Chang, 米其林中国汽车运动经理常成先生 to present the third place trophy. Now let's take a group photo. And now the champagne.
Just waiting for the photos to be completed before the drivers shake the champagne. So Yu Kuai from Liu Ye and Lin Kong for the overall. That's going to tighten up the overall championship with the top 3 now within 20 points as we go to the final 3 rounds at Shanghai next weekend. Now we'll move on to the Pro-Am podium celebrations. This also is going to have, this result's going to have tightened up their championship as well. It was 45 points coming in to this weekend, or coming into this race, excuse me. But Zhuzhou, who finally got a race victory this weekend, has now trimmed that back. And Bao Jinlong actually dropping down off the podium for, I think that's the first time this season. Yes,
for
it
the
is.
Carrera class. In third position, number 3, Bian Ye from Absolute Racing. In second position, number 66, Min Heng from Toro Racing. And our winner of Param class, number 68, Zhou Bi Huang from Meidong Racing. Now we're glad to invite President of camp, Mr. Zhang Guojun, 中国汽车摩托车运动联合会主席张国军先生 to present the winner trophy. Now we're glad to invite Managing Director of Porsche Motorsport Asia Pacific, Mr. Alexander Schieber, 保时捷亚太赛车运动董事总经理季伯安先生 to present the second place trophy. Now we're glad to invite Michelin China Championship Manager Mr. Charles Cheng, 米其林中国汽车运动经理长城先生 to present the third place trophy. Now let's take a group photo.
That is a significant podium in Pro-Am. The first time that Bao Jinlong has not been first and second when he's finished a race. Didn't finish in the first race back in May at Shanghai, but since then he's only been on step 1 or step 2 of the podium. And that is going to close things up massively for the last 3 rounds of the year. And Shubiwan taking his 3rd race win of the season. And he will close in on the championship leader. And so to the AM category, to round up our formalities for this Zhuzhou International Circuit weekend. Back to winning ways for Eric Kwong.
Now let's invite the winners of round 12 of the Porsche Carrera Cup Asia 2021 in Zhuzhou for the AM class. Let's welcome in 3rd position, number 828, Li Jia from Silver Rocket. In 2nd position, number 91, Henry Kwong from Triple H Racing. And our winner for the AM class, number 23, Eric Kwong from Kitty World Racing. Now we're glad to invite President of camp, Mr. Zhang Guojun, 中国汽车摩托车运动联合会主席张国军先生 to present the winner trophy. Now we're glad to invite Managing Director of Porsche Motorsport Asia Pacific, Mr. Alexander Schieber, 保时捷亚太赛车运动董事总经理季伯安先生 to present the second place trophy. Now we're glad to invite Michelin China Championship Manager Mr. Charles Cheng, 米其林中国汽车运动经理长城先生 to present the third place trophy. Now let's take a group photo.
7th race victory of the season for Kitty World Racing driver Eric Kwong, and he grabs back a few of the points that he'd lost
And
earlier
now,
in
the champagne.
the weekend. So 3 excellent races, 3 championships delicately poised as we head next weekend for 3 more events at Shanghai. 1 on the 30th and then rounds 14 and 15 on the 31st. Thanks to the whole team, Andrea, I'm John Hindorf. Join us next weekend.